Hello and welcome. A few weeks ago, I started a new mini-series where I create codex entries for enemies that either don't have one or enemies or areas that deserve one. I've already created a fair amount of those codex entries, so make sure you go check them out. The link to the playlist is in the description below. But since this is a mini-series, we're approaching the end of this series. I'll probably be doing maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 more codex entries, but that's about it. Why? Because currently the views that I get on these videos, they just don't justify the amount of effort that I put into each of these videos, so I will be ending this series very soon. Anyways, this video is about Malagog and the Titans of Hell. So, without further delay, let's just get right into this. After conducting a scan of the combined databases of the Makers and Imora, there appears to be some crucial information about the origins of these titans, including Malagog himself. Prior to the assimilation into the realm of hell, it is said that these titans originated from a planet that is roughly 100 times larger than Earth, and as such, the planet had potentially hundreds of moons that orbited it, although an exact figure cannot be determined due to the planets being absorbed into hell. By analyzing the rock fragments from within the area known as Titan's Realm, and cross-referencing the data against multiple geological databases, our estimates put this planet within a major solar system within the DEV-1L cluster. Further information within these databases suggests that the planet had a healthy population of Titans, although there weren't that many to begin with. They lived relatively peacefully. This is because these Titans were simplistic and primitive creatures. They possess a limited amount of intelligence, therefore we cannot confirm whether these Titans possess sentience. Due to the nature of this phenomenon, neither the UAC nor the ARC have ever been able to communicate with these Titans. Further scans of Imora's database reveals that these Titans were conquered when the Dark Lord commanded his armies in Hell to begin their crusade against the Father. This demonic crusade began when the Father imprisoned Davoth within his own realm. Therefore he was unable to leave, yet he still possessed most of his primeval powers. During this era, both the Father and the Dark Lord would send their gods against each other. Since the Dark Lord was unable to leave, he would start to assimilate other realms and merge it into his. He would then convert its denizens to his cause. Records show that hell energy does not affect their physiology, nor does it corrupt their mental functions, although their outer layer of their skin is prone to degradation and decay. Due to this natural resistance, the Dark Lord commanded his subjects to create biological weapons that would target their neural and sensory systems. Imora's greatest minds would use dark magic and alchemy to brew poisons that would target the brain of a living individual. These concoctions would slowly shut down all of the processing areas of the brain, leaving only the brainstem active. These Titans were systematically being turned into zombies that would have just enough brain function to heed the Dark Lord's commands. Malagog was one of these Titans, and records show that he is one of, if not the biggest, Titan ever recorded. Malagog was sent to destroy the Father on a desolate realm after he was injected with the unholy concoction, but due to the sheer size of this colossal Titan, the poison was not effective, and therefore Malagog maintained most of his intelligence. The Father, upon discovering this, cured Malagog of his suffering, and to the Father's surprise, Malagog would kneel down in front of him as a sign of fealty. This was the only known evidence of intelligence and willful servitude amongst the Titans. The Father now had one of the Dark Lord's most powerful pawn on his side, and he would be tasked with protecting the only known pathway to the Ingmor Sanctum, called the Blood Swamps. The Ingmor Sanctum is where the Father resided most of his life. Based on the database, the Blood Swamps is a location where mortals, undesirables, and the dead are thrown to be forgotten. It is a desolate and rancid place within hell. Records show that this place was once ruled by a powerful archdemon, and the remains of his castle still stand to this day. although it is unknown whether this archdemon still lives or not. The Blood Swamps was a perfect place for such a strong ally like Malagog to be hidden from the Dark Lord's watchful eye, secretly working for the Father. A trial would be created, and Malagog was its chosen guardian. This trial was created in order for mortals who were thrown into hell to be given a second chance at redemption or revenge. This trial was created to find the strongest warriors to seek enlightenment and knowledge. These gifts that the Father promised would result in godhood. There have been many similarities drawn with the Greek mythology of Mount Olympus. The same iconography can be found within the Blood Swamps, where the Ingmar Sanctum stands upon a huge mountain-like structure, acting as a beacon of light and purity which can be seen from the depths of hell. This trial was a foolproof method to find someone worthy to become the Father's chosen champion, to become one of the gods in the Father's pantheon, the same gods that would be sent in their holy crusade against the Dark Lord. But based on historical texts, no one has survived the trials to this date. If you want to see more, make sure to click on the playlist in the middle of your screen. If you want to see my latest uploads, click on the top left, or if you want to let YouTube's algorithm decide, click on the top right. And as always, I will see you in the next video.